Hello and welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager. We're in career mode. Efapel is our team and we're fresh off the back of the Tour of Colombia, staring down the barrel of, where are we off to? Tour of Algarve. So that's what lays ahead. We've been playing through recently. We won the National Championship of, it was Uruguay, wasn't it? A two-up race, literally two riders in the race. It was really quite hilarious. If you haven't seen the video, go and check it out. Or if I remember, I'll try and leave a card. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. Leave your comments down below as well. We're shaping up for the Tour of Algarve. I'm just going to remove Enrique Casemiro from the squad. He's injured. We're going to replace him with, he's a bit of a mountain goat, isn't he? So who have we got here that's okay in the mountains that we can replace him with? Nikolai Mikhailov. Pronunciation is probably terrible. Anyway, that's our squad. We're going to go in to this race. Let's have a look at our equipment. We're going to go for our light bike. This is fairly lumpy from memory. Actually, this one's not too bad. We'll go for the aero bike on this one. It's mostly the wheels, of course, but we'll go for the aero wheels. A couple of little Category 3 climbs, but nothing to be worried about. There's ultimately going to be a sprint finish, and our sprinter is probably going to be Rafael Silva. Alright, let's kick this race off and see how we go. Stage 1 of 5 of the Tour of Algarve. Okay, here we go then. Time to go racing once again. I love the way they have these riders within riders. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit here. Let's get the team sorted out nice and early. I didn't actually bother to look at who the team leader and whatever was. So Branchow is our team leader. Our sprinter is Silva, as we expected. Paulinho and Ferrari are free agents. So we'll put Bayov and B Silva was our teammate. Yeah. And B Silva, what's it? Okay, so we're going to put Bayov on to R Silva, our sprinter. And B Silva can protect Branchow, who is our team leader. We're going to put everyone at the very front of the race because I don't like sitting down towards the back. It's a recipe for disaster. Okay, so let's just fix this back up. He's protecting him. He is protecting him. And is there a breakaway that's going? There is. It's already a minute and a half up the road while we're sorting that out. So, okay. Let's just sort our riders, get them into some sort of order as well. So it's not too long a stage. It's, what's it going to be? Roughly about 200 kilometres. By the time you take what we've ridden in, about 180 odd kilometres, 185 perhaps. Reasonably flat. Short little sharp climb here. That Category 3 shouldn't be too much of a drama. And then some downhill in towards the finish. Slightly downhill finale as well. So that's one to keep an eye out for later on in the stage. I'm not going to have our guys ride too hard. Just sit in the group and relax in this one. So tell me, what have you thought of Pro Cycling Manager? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you been playing much? What are your thoughts on, if you played some of the older versions, what are your thoughts? Is it much different? I must admit, I played a lot of Pro Cycling Manager 15. I spent a little bit of time in 17. I didn't even touch last year's version. And it sort of feels the same. The little tweaks that they've made are sort of more cosmetic than anything really. Particularly in career mode, it's only the Pro Cyclist stuff that's really changed with that new skill matrix, really, isn't it? What have you thought of the Pro Cyclist mode as well? Of course, we've got the series going with Max Venturi, who's now a race winner over there, forging his young career. Those videos go out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. It's career mode, and I've got something a little bit special planned for the weekend. We had some R-Factor a couple of weeks ago, but I'm having some problems with my steering wheel, so we might have to put a pin in R-Factor or car racing simulation for the moment until I can get that sorted out. But I've got something a little bit different planned, perhaps for the weekend, depending how we go for time between now and then. Of course, I've still got a job to worry about somewhere in between all of this. Right then, this seems to be ticking along quite nicely. Let's speed the game up a little bit and bring ourselves a little bit closer to the finish. Okay, the reason I've just paused it here is that we're starting to just use the maximum effort that we're allowing these guys. So I'm just going to crank this up to 80. There's not really any hills left to speak of. There's a couple of tiny little lumps there, but nothing really of note. You basically call it a flat run-in from here. I'm just going to bump this up to 80 for all our guys, just so that we don't get caught out and dropped or caught out of position by riding back in the bunch. I just want to keep the team towards the front, and that way when the race does accelerate, which is going to, we're 60 odd kilometers from the finish, the race will start to accelerate. The gap to the breakaway is coming down. That would, I expect, come down quite sharply in the next few kilometers as the pace here ramps up. I'm not going to contribute to the pace making up front. I don't really have a sprinter that's capable of winning this. If we have a look at some of the riders here, where are we? Let's have a look. Some of the big teams that I'll know. There's nothing really frightening in here, but still, you know, the sprinter that we've got, which is Silver, yeah. Just 68, 70 acceleration. It's okay. Not brilliant, just okay. And as a result, I'm not going to be overconfident. I'm not going to go and sacrifice a rider to the chase. I'll let the field do that for us, and then hopefully we'll be nice and fresh come the finish and be able to go and do something and get ourselves a reasonable result. I don't think a stage win is really on the cards, but we'll do what we can do and see where we end up at the end of this stage. Starting to tick away though. Let's kick this one on a little bit. Next time I pick you up, it's probably going to be just before the sprint as we start to sort out our lead-out train. Okay, we're at about 40 kilometers to go, so I'm going to start thinking about getting my team lined up here. So what I want to do is, if Silver is our sprinter, he's got a sprint of 68, acceleration of 70. What we want is to have our next best sprinter just in front of him as our lead-out man, and then down the order to complete our train. So the question is, after 68 and 70, who is next best? And it is pretty pretty slim pickings. Probably Ferrari is the best lead out. So let's have Ferrari lead out, and from Ferrari we've got 67 and 70. It's not great, is it? It's not great at all. Probably the Branjau, who's our team leader. Branjau, it's going to be Sergio Paulinho. Wow, these guys are not great. They're not great. Okay, let's just do this in order then. We may as well. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference. And you can now just hold position towards the front end of the group. So we should see the team now move itself into some sort of sprint train in behind Mihaleov. We're just going to see if we can move him forward a little bit. Just not happy with him sitting back there. Lead group now less than 2 minutes up the road, so that's good. We're closing in on them. As we've got our lead out train there, looking pretty good. We're in position early, which is great. Just sitting in the group, just sitting on, not doing any turns ourselves. We're just sitting towards the front end of the group, just off the back of the pace line. In fact, it seems to be that the gap opens here and the riders drop in as they fall back, which is about perfect, really, about perfect, I would say. A couple of drivers trying to sneak up in and around as well. Gavaria, have a look at that, much better sprinter than what we are. So we're really going to try and box him in. I mean, even his lead out man, Alyssa, is way better than what we are. So in a head-to-head, we don't really stand a chance. The only thing we can almost do is go super early and hope for the best. So let's send Mihaleov on a bit of a solo ride now. Oh, I'm blocked. Happens every time, doesn't it? It's one of my bugbears in this game. The AI working their way through the peloton isn't great. Is that an attack? I think that might be an attack, Let's follow that. What I'm going to do as well here is just bump up everyone's effort to about 95 so that we don't get dropped, and it's not something I then have to worry about when we do get going, because it's going to get pretty frenetic in the closing stages here. Now what I want to do is send Silver at about a kilometre, so I need Ferrari at about 2 kilometres, probably Branjau at probably 5, riding hard, and so Paulinho can come in from about 7, probably about 9. So I really need Mihaleov to get us to probably 10 or 11 kilometres from the flag. I say the flag because I spent a lot of time in and around car racing, but of course I'm in the line. Let's just use a little bit more energy. You can afford to do that. You can probably even afford for Mihaleov to use his gel now. By the time that kicks in, he'll be able to push pretty hard. But a couple of little lumps coming before the finish. Everyone's starting to ride hard now because of the sprint point that's coming up. Now, I'm not really all that interested in that. I'm going to stay towards the front of the race just because it's the safest place to be. We might even be able to just sneak away off the front here as well. You never know. So they've all given up the sprint. Mihailov will come through and pick that up. We're almost with the leading group now as well. The early breakaway has been absolutely reeled in. Mihailov really burying himself on the bike. So we need to get him to about 10 kilometers from home. We're going to do pretty well with using him just about up. We're at 12.5 at this point. We might just drop his energy back just a touch, just to save him for an extra few meters. It's Tarame. It's in there as well. Alright, so we're going to use Silver's gel now. By the time that kicks in, he'll be about ready to go. I'm just going to drop his effort down to about 85. Mihailov is done at the 10 kilometer to go mark, so that's good. We're nicely in position here. Silver is riding hard. His gel won't be too far away from kicking in either. Paulino want his gel to kick in. Branjau, his gel to kick in as well. Silver can ride a little bit harder. We're at 7 kilometers to go. We've got plenty of riders in the train still, so we can go pretty hard at this point. This gel hasn't even started kicking in yet. 5 kilometers to go. Let's use the gel for Ferrari. A little bit longer still. We've still got a little lump, so I'm just going to hold off a little bit on Silver's gel. So, time to send Paulinho. This gel hasn't kicked in either, but that's okay. We've now got Paulinho doing his best, but he just doesn't have it, does he? We need to send Branjau. He's got to go at this point. We'll use the gel. We're way late on the gel, actually, for Silver. Branjau. It's time to go. Let's send Paulinho on an out-and-out sprint. Now we'll send Branjau on the out-and-out sprint. I don't think this is going to be any good because we just don't have the sprinters here, of course. Now Ferrari. And now Silver. We just do not have the sprinters, and we're... Well, they haven't even pulled out, have they? That's okay. We should be somewhere in the top 10, I think. There we go. Branjau in 9th place, and he's actually our GC rider, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So, results time, and Johnny Branjau in 9th place, Fabrizio Ferrari in 13th in the GC. Also 10th in the sprint point. So, hey, you know, not bad, not bad. Nowhere in the mountains, nowhere in the under 25. So I think we've even got the young rider. And 3rd in the team's classification. That's not bad. We'll take that. Particularly, we've got UAE Team Emirates and Team Ineos up the road from us. So, yeah, pretty happy with that, all told. So that was the first stage of the Tour of Algarve. Branjau in 9th. There's a solid result for us. Let's just have a quick squiz through the news here. €3,700 for our performance in Tour of Colombia. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let me know what you thought of the result. What do you reckon? I reckon a 10th place in that field was okay, particularly given it was our GC rider. So a good performance, I thought. But let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up. If you didn't, give it the thumbs up anyway. Of course, you can give it the thumbs down if you like, but I much prefer a thumbs up. It's engagement, it all counts. And if you do like what you're seeing here and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and tick the little bell that's alongside it. That means every time we post a new video, you will get notified so you don't miss any of the excitement here in Pro Cycling Manager 2019. Next up is stage 2 of the Tour of Algarve. Let's just forward on. Let's have a quick look at the stage so that we get a review of what we're up for next time through. Here we go, and it is a big mountain finish. That's what we like to see. A couple of little categorized climbs through the middle, and then the big mountain finish. So certainly one for Branjau, who is a little bit of a mountain goat, some reasonable hill and mountain stats. So that's one that will protect him for towards the end of that stage. Long haul stage is 185 kilometers. So look forward to that one. That will be next time on Pro Cycling Manager 2019 when we go career mode racing once again. Thanks as always for your company. I look forward to you joining us next time. But as always, ride safely.